Man, I got this. Are we recording like audio?
I'm recording.
I am.
I'm recording right now. I'm trying to figure out video.
I'll use this for the audio version. You can figure that out. Hello, welcome back to Morning Oddities. I think, unless it ends up like that other episode.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Good morning. Like I said, maybe we should rename this Evening Oddities, but it's always good to be back.
Yeah.
We got some fun stuff to talk about. This one's going to be a lot more upbeat, cheery. We're just going to be going back to normal here.
Eating some soup.
Man, so all that stuff I recorded before, that will be in it because I think there's good stuff in there.
Yeah.
My Ninja, I recently got on sale Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
Ooh.
Which is I've played a solid. I've been playing it at work a little bit. I must admit, I've been bringing my Steam Deck here and there on the slow days. You know, get some. Like I've been playing games like Hades and stuff. Really good for just like pick up and play.
Yeah.
But Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, essentially just a retro Ninja Gaiden game, like kind of redone, like the Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge or something like that. It's you know, it's not a beat 'em up, but it's in that style, like a new retro take on a game. And I remember playing like classic Ninja Gaiden back in the day, but like that shit's hard. Well, regular Ninja Gaiden's hard, but like like the 3D ones, like Ninja Gaiden Black, I played some of that. Or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. It's on the Game Pass, which is a cool like kind of remaster and a little bit of a reinvention of Ninja Gaiden 2. Mm-hmm. But the side-scrolling one, it's done so well.
I know there's a lot of
if you're
people
into
who,
that kind of thing, if you're into retro gaming and like just
I know
cool
there's a lot of people who are still pretty bitter
action
about Ninja Gaiden's change to a 3D.
Yeah. Well, this is for those fans, you know,
Yeah.
for the like OG hardcore fans, and it's a great time. It's got a fantastic art, you know. I mean, 16-bit art style, and obviously it does things that weren't capable like during the SNES era or anything like that. But it feels like that. Well, it plays a bit more modern, of course, like the gameplay and the pairing. There's a little bit of pairing in it. Well, not necessarily pairing, but it's more like, well, it's basically pairing because pairing is in everything now. But it plays a little bit modern, but has the look and feel of one of the old ones. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm all for that. Like Shredder's Revenge is a great example of like a new game done in the old style.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an excellent. Really good.
They're coming out. The same developers coming out with the Marvel one, Secret Invasion, or not Cosmic Invasion.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks fun, and I like that. Not all the characters are like the obvious ones. Like you've got characters like Nova. You've got characters like I think you got a couple X-Men, and you like Storm, Spider-Man. You got like She-Hulk's in it.
That's definitely the.
They
Marvel
keep doing
one
more
that I'm
character
interested in.
reveals.
They're also doing a new Marvel fighting game. Different developers, obviously, but
yeah, that's a what is it?
Which looks cool because it's the art style in that one looks really cool. Like it's kind of like anime-esque, but the beat 'em up one,
Marvel Tokon.
Yeah,
that looks fantastic. And obviously we have Marvel Rivals, which is a hero shooter, but you know it's still doing well. And well, it's the Gunnar bait, a lot of it, but they're actually adding cool characters. Like I played as Ultron some. Jean Grey's fun. They just added Blade apparently, so I haven't been playing like fanatically like I was before, but I dip in and out, do some competitive matches and whatever, try out new characters.
They seem to be handling the game pretty well. They haven't
done
anything.
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
like how like Multiverses when that came out, kind of they butchered the game after launch.
Yeah,
they don't seem like they've done that with.
No, and Rivals. Rivals, all the new characters are free, of course, but it's just the cosmetics and a lot of gooner bait, and that's how they get people. But, but there's some,
Invisible Woman and all that.
yeah, and the Fantastic Four cast played Rivals a bit with some streamer, and during one part, Pedro Pascal was just staring straight. They were Vanessa Kirby had actually, and I'll talk about the Fantastic Four movie. I have a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
Well, as much as I can say without spoilers, but Vanessa Kirby, the actress for Sue, was playing Sue Storm, of course, and one part he was just looking at her and he was like, "She's beautiful," and then they showed the Malice skin to all of them, and she was like, she basically said she wants to see that version of the character in the films.
Ooh, that'd be cool, yeah.
Which, of course, that would be pure gooner bait.
Yeah.
And beyond any other in any Marvel movie, because I will give Marvel credit. Well, aside from like early phase movies, there's not a lot of like exploitation.
Yeah.
In most of their movies, like sexual exploitation, at least.
Yeah. They do
of course,
good...
with Black Widow and stuff. There's some,
I distinctly remember,
but
however old I was when.
But there's not like
Iron Man 2 came out.
Yeah.
I would have been what Iron Man 2 came
Black
out,
Widow.
like, what, 2010?
2010.
About 2010, so I would have been like 13, 14 years old, something like that. And I specifically remember Black Widow in the movie being like, oh.
I was 5.
You were 5 years old.
Yeah. I like to say I was. No, I don't want to be that. But yeah, Black Widow changing the back, and Jon Favreau's like Happy's, swerving through traffic. But there's not a lot of that. But I think that'd be jumping the shark if they immediately do stuff like that. But if they can make it work.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get back to Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Just a great, just side-scrolling, just classic kind of Ninja Gaiden game, and cool. It's fun. Great on the Steam Deck. And I've been playing a lot more Steam Deck lately.
Nice.
There's only my PC has been basically for one game lately, and that is Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh,
I've been playing through that again.
Yeah.
And actually, going through the story, because when it first came out, I did just so much exploring and stuff. It took me forever to get to even Act 2, I just wanted to soak it in. But I'm actually going through the story, and just fantastic game. I'm obviously I'm hyped for the sequel, Ghost of Yote. And I think the main things they need to innovate on to make it distinctive is add more interesting traversal options and stealth. Improve on the stealth, because that's one of the things that's lacking in Ghost of Tsushima. It's not terrible, but it's just basic stealth. You're crouching down, hiding in tall grass. You get on a roof. There's not a lot of like crawling around. Like Assassin's Creed Shadows, like you've said before, I've heard, and from what I've seen, has some pretty great stealth to give Ubisoft credit.
Yeah, it's
going prone and everything.
Strength of the game is the problem with Shadows is that even though it has a really excellent stealth system, the game is not built around it. That's the problem. So it's like you have to find your fun.
Force it, right? The thing with Ghost of Tsushima, like I'll try the whole ghost like Ronin stealth thing for a little while during certain missions and capturing different bases, Mongol bases or whatever. But then I just kind of get bored of it, and I'm like, actually, fuck you. I want to just fight these guys, just do the standoff, because the combat is like amazing. Like I would obviously there's more they could innovate on, and I think you're gonna have different weapons. It's not just gonna be the katana this time, but you'll be able to wield like different enemy weapons. But
I almost
just the sword combat. It's like the best sword combat I've ever played in a game.
Yeah.
Like
I almost when I played it,
parrying
went almost full into the samurai like skill tree and stuff. Like with the exception of like Of
That's
course,
my first upgrades.
occasionally on big enemy bases, I would stealth around a little bit to kind of make it a little easier for myself. But like,
Yeah,
for the most part, like I didn't play
you're
the
kind of
ghost way. I played the more samurai style.
or like you in one of my favorite things. You're riding into your destination and you encounter a group of Mongols along the road, and you can do the standoff and like you have so many like little epic moments and of course the duels you have of different bosses just has all those like Kurosawa like epic moments, and you can even play in the Kurosawa mode. But I think the combat really just keep innovating, but really I think the stealth is the main thing they should improve on, but I'm excited to see what it looks like. I've heard some people, and I hate this criticism of sequels. It's a recent thing lately where they'll be like, "Oh, this is just DLC. This is just like glorified DLC."
That's ridiculous.
Like, you expect it to have a completely different system than the original game. Why would you want that? You want a sequel to a game to innovate and build upon the previous one, but you still want it to be like
I remember
the game
people
we all
complaining
love, right?
that Spider-Man 2
had
large portions of the same map, and it's like, you mean a Spider-Man game is going to take place in New York?
Yeah, where do you think it was going to be? Wakanda? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but
that looks great. That's one of my more
whole point of a sequel is that it's more of what you wanted, more of what you liked.
Yeah,
right.
That's one of my pre-orders, one of my rare pre-orders, because I just know if it's at least as good as Ghost of Tsushima, I know I'm in for at least a good story and a good time.
Yeah.
And I'm also excited to start. Yeah, when that comes out, I mean, obviously I'll be playing it on the PS5 again. And I think at that point, we plan on getting a bigger TV for the living room, and probably we'll move the old one to my room and just have my PS5 and everything just in one location.
So your partner can be like, just go into your corner.
Yeah, basically.
Go play your video game.
With that.
Give your little video games.
But that's what's great about the Steam Deck, though, or the Switch. You can socialize and you can be out there. You don't have to just be huddled away at your PC.
Yeah, I've been playing the Switch a lot. Still, I've been playing Dragon Quest.
Yeah, what's update? Yeah, any update on the Switch?
I'm still loving it. I've been playing Dragon Quest 11. I've been playing Cyberpunk. It's been good.
Nice.
Yeah, I was interested in Tales of the Shire that just came out, but I decided
it's like Stardew Valley.
Yeah, but like Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
But I was waiting for reviews because I think a lot of people kind of saw the writing on the wall with it. I think it was one of the. Well, I wouldn't say cash grab, but like it was one of those like, the concept is a great idea for a game, but just a lot of people were kind of seeing like some of the gameplay reveals and being like, it is looking a little
just
rough.
Like a reskin.
Well, not a reskin.
Oh,
it's just
looking
rough. Rough, and it came out, and apparently it's very shallow and very buggy.
Oh, that's no good.
So
that's get on the Steam fall sale or whatever coming up.
It's a bummer.
Anyway, yeah. So that pretty much wraps up what I've been playing game wise and new game wise.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me your thoughts on Superman.
Yeah, I went and saw Superman finally. I fucking loved it. It was so good. I think
I'm glad to hear that.
I think this is the best overall live action adaptation we've gotten of the character. Not saying I think Corn Sweat is better than Reeves as an actor. He's definitely on par. But Reeves is still the GOAT.
I wouldn't put him quite on par.
I think they're pretty close, at least.
They are close, and I will say, and I will agree with you, genuinely. I It's not that I wasn't expecting much, but I also didn't want to get my hopes up. But I know
Wow.
James Gunn knows what he's doing. He took the Guardians of the Galaxy and basically made him a household name, made very soulful, great comic book movies, and his Marvel movies and his DC projects, like Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, always have a focus on being more comic booky
Yeah.
and more faithful actually to the characters. And with Superman, I think it passes that test with flying colors of being faithful to the character, being a comic book movie, not trying to be in our reality and I mean, I'll let you elaborate more, but like one of my core complaints has always been, and this goes along with Marvel too, and I think it looks like we have hope for a bright future for comic book movies because they're starting to embrace just, oh yeah, these are comic book movies in a different reality. They're fiction. We're not trying to make it fit into our world or make references or make it grounded.
It very much,
like,
this movie
feels
that, like a comic book universe.
It's the DC universe. We're thrown in. It's not, oh, Superman's the only hero and the only thing, and this is basically our world, but what if Superman was there? No, this is the DC comic book Earth and universe. And I think it's bright hopes for DC. And when DC does good, that puts more pressure on Marvel to do better. And as you can see, with Fantastic Four, I think you can see that result.
I've been seeing a lot of people talking around like online being like, the last few months we've got Thunderbolts, dude, Superman and Fantastic Four, and people going like, post online like what's the three of these three, what's your favorite? I've been seeing a lot of people being like, Superman's my favorite, but honestly, they're all really fucking good movies.
I just watched Thunderbolts. I watched Thunderbolts again. We ended up just buying it.
Nice.
And I mean, I love it. It's got heart. It's got, good character dynamics with the team, cool moments, but also a lot of emotion and a lot of And that one is one that's grounded in reality. It's in the standard just gray MCU.
Yeah.
But especially any of the Earthbound MCU movies are very gray.
Yeah.
Like tonally and literally, color wise, but it does a good job of like bringing back like, oh, you can make a grounded like political or spy thriller in the MCU like Winter Soldier. You can make that work the simple answer is if you just have good writing. There's more to it than that, but there's a balance to be taken. But I'm glad that the comic bookness has been being embraced more. And Superman, I'll let you go on, but I have a lot of thoughts now that you've seen it. There's much to be discussed here. And real quick, I'll just grab a drink. I mean, you can. All right, I got my apple juice.
Nice.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
So where to start on Superman?
This is how I felt about Superman.
Fabulous. That's great. Good for you.
Very much.
I think I'm going to start naming things that kind of stood out to me as like better than average for a superhero movie, for a Superman adaptation. We already mentioned the world feels like a DC comic book world. It doesn't feel like trying to make Superman fit into a real world. Which is
obviously
huge.
with like the Justice Gang with Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific.
They were so good. Mr. Terrific.
Stand out.
Absolute fucking standout character. He was so good.
Yeah.
And it's really fun because it's the actor who played Darwin in X-Men First Class. And he was done so dirty in that.
Gets killed like he's supposed to be like unkillable and can evolve to anything.
And they killed him immediately. So it was really cool seeing him have a really cool character that shines. You got the James Gunn moment. Every James Gunn movie has this, where it has a fun song while he murders a bunch of people.
Yeah,
which was fun.
T Spears.
I
think it goes without saying that. Well,
yeah.
Continue your thoughts.
Oh, I was gonna go into talking about David Cornswet and just like Superman as a character in this, and like I said, Chris Reeves will always be the GOAT.
Yeah,
he's who I imagine when I imagine Superman, but I think the writing for this Superman, for this version, is a lot better, and David Cornswet absolutely just nails it. Like, he was given a character and he sells it so well.
You know who I do think is the GOAT?
Who?
No disrespect to any past portrayals, but Nicholas Holt's Lex.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
it's Lex Luthor.
He is so good.
Finally, we get like an actual comic book accurate, like Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he is after 50 years. Good. Like, he's mustache twirling evil villain, but like still like he's competent and smart. I love it.
Right, but he's driven just by his spite and hate towards Superman.
Well,
like,
there's a part at the end where,
he hates Superman so much.
Well, there's a part at the end where Superman's like, your ego controls you, and he's like, you don't think I fucking know that?
Right.
He's like, I'm not stupid. I know my ego controls me.
But and then he goes on a whole rant. He's not just played off as a joke like the Jesse. Like, he's actually a diabolical, like, evil character, just spiteful evil character. Like some of the things you see him do. And also, I want to say, I think Rachel Brosnan's Lois Lane is probably my favorite version.
She might be my favorite version of Lois. Yeah,
I mean, because no disrespect to Margot Kidder. I mean, obviously she was like classic, the original.
Yeah.
And I mean, she definitely parts of her felt like Margot Kidder's version, but she definitely distinguished herself as a modern, Lois.
She's like a good like she's not a damsel in distress.
Yeah,
she actually can look after herself and do her own thing. But at no point here's one of the things I like is it has all these other characters in it, and it gives all these other characters moments to shine and be cool and be important, but at no point does it feel, and this is a problem that I think a lot of these types of movies struggle with sometimes, is they want to give every character a moment and then it kind of takes away from the main character. This movie does not do that. At no point does this feel like it's not a Superman movie.
Some people I've talked to feel different, but I also think they're being just blinded either by nostalgia or maybe they don't even know what Superman really is.
Well, it's like
a lot of the Snyder fans, the Snyder cultists, I may say, and the Cavill fans, they have this weird skewed version of what they think Superman's supposed to be. And I guess, it's open. There's different versions and you can have your favorite version. And I think Cavill did well enough with the script he was given.
Yeah.
But like every time, like I've gone back, I watched Man of Steel before I saw the new Superman. And every time I've seen it or go back to it or go back to any of the Snyderverse stuff, for any of it really, aside from Wonder Woman, really, which is just a good standalone movie.
I like Wonder Woman.
But like,
I also character, admittedly like Aquaman, the first one.
Aquaman too, but like my thing is pretty much everything in Snyderverse. I'm like, I could see what he was going for. This is a cool, like, well, it's a dark twist. It's like if everything went wrong in this universe, but it's not like I never thought of Superman when I watched Man of Steel. I think, this is the Henry Cavill version of Superman.
Yeah.
The Zack Snyder
Well,
version
that
of it. I
version
never
of
just thought
Zack
I
Snyder
never looked
had
at him
this,
and just thought that's Superman.
Well, it's like
I
Zack Snyder
never
had this like
came across that
portrayal
way.
of Superman where it was like, above all else, Superman's
I think Kevin
defining
Co-
feature is that
Yeah.
he's a god among men.
A god among men, and also I think Kevin Costner's portrayal of Paul Kent, I think it was well acted.
Yeah, I
but
love
the
Kevin
writing
Costner,
is
but-
dog water. The
Yeah.
writing is so
Yeah.
bad. Like there's so many things, but like when he tells Superman, "Oh, maybe you shouldn't have saved the drowning kids in the bus. What do you owe to them?" Or like maybe, and like the whole basically giving him this idea like, what do you owe the human race? You choose who to be,
Yeah.
but you maybe you shouldn't be the savior. Who's to say you are?
Well,
And
it's-
also
it's-
like
it's
when
like-
he dies saving the dog in the tornado,
That's such a
and
stupid scene.
he puts his hand up and tells him to stop, basically.
Yeah.
And we've discussed this before on this podcast, I believe. But like Cavill, like Clark, it's still more reasonable that he could save the dog just as a young adult.
Yeah.
And even if he got hit by debris or a car or whatever, or it would just go through like tinfoil, or tissue paper. And
Well,
it's the dumbest like way to kill somebody in a movie where it's
Yeah.
completely unavoidable.
Well, it's like
Because the whole point is like Paul Kent dies of a heart attack in the original version, and that's something that Superman. That's the thing that even with all his powers, he can't save everyone.
yeah.
Now we don't have that here.
Well,
Spoiler,
like,
because
well,
the Kents
here's-
are very much alive.
Here's what I
But
love.
I still think-
I love the Kents in this. Well, and kind of what I want to say is like, and I think this leads into like why I love the moment he has with Pa Kent in it. So like Snyder's version of Superman is like this. Above all else, he's a god among men. He is this powerful. He's this, and what connects him to humanity is Lois and his family and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
This version takes the opposite approach, where it's like, above all else, he is human.
He's a man.
And he sees himself that way.
He doesn't see himself as
which is why when he sits down with Pa Kent and he's all beating himself up because he obviously saw himself as like, when he finds out his Kryptonian parents.
spoiler.
Yeah, spoilers.
Bradley Cooper is Jor-El in this version.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's revealed that. Well, at first, for the longest time, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just sent here to save humanity." But then Lex Luthor, an engineer, which we'll talk about. I think he's a cool character. Decrypts the message, and it's revealed that actually, he was sent here to lord over Earth and have a bunch of
have a secret
surrogate
harem
wives
or whatever. Yeah.
a secret harem and breed more Kryptonians.
Well,
But I like that.
And it's like this
I think-
idea that like it hits Superman hard because he's like, he always saw himself as he's Kal-El, Superman. He was sent here for this purpose, and he finds out that's not why he was sent here, and it kind of is like an emotional hit to his
It
character.
may get retconned. Who knows? It may get retconned.
But what I love is that like,
doesn't matter.
It plays into the theme of like he's so human because he sits down and he's kind of mourning and struggling with this, and Pa Kent sits down and gives him this lesson, which is not this like special like
No, it's
what
not
does
like,
your power owe to humanity and what's your responsibility
Not that
type of
deep.
crap.
Yeah, it's not that
It's
deep.
just him going, no, son, it's your actions who made it's a
Yeah.
very simple human lesson.
Parents give you the tools, and
Yeah.
it's up to you to
And
make a
and
fool of
it's like the
yourself.
lesson that Pa Kent is able to give him is one of the most human lessons you could give
Yes.
someone, which plays into the idea
But it's
that
like
he is above
Clark-
all else human. He's
And
one of
Clark
us.
chooses to be good. It doesn't matter what he was sent to do or what
Yeah.
he's supposed to be. He chooses to be good and to be the savior. And
Yeah.
and I love how it goes out of the way. By the way, bringing back the John Williams score, like in a different recreation, like innovative way,
Yeah.
was really cool. I love the score on it.
I love the score.
But
It's so good.
I love that he goes out of his way to save people and then actually shows that, and like even saving a squirrel and saving a dog from
the
the kaiju.
dynamic between him and Green Lantern is really fun, where Green Lantern like does not give a shit about that sort of stuff, really.
Well, yeah, about killing it. Like, he didn't want to kill it.
He didn't want to kill the kaiju.
Yeah. But that's the point of Superman. No
Yeah.
problem is too small for him. He cares for everyone. He
Mhm.
wants to do good. And like with the lady that her car wouldn't start when the building was about to fall on her. That was just one person stuck under there.
Yeah.
And he went out of his way to save her, regardless of what else was going on.
Yeah. I love that scene. Yeah.
That's what it's all about, man. And this is one of my favorite. My favorite message of the whole movie is that being kind is the new punk rock.
Yeah, I love it.
It's just so earnest and genuine, but it's not. Well, and Superman, people are like, oh, it's too cheesy. The critics, which there's not many, but like especially the Snyder fans, I think he needs to just be the stoic, badass, godlike being.
Yeah.
They're like, and the complaints, oh, Superman's too woke or he's too weak in this. Well, for one, this is Superman that shows that he actually cares and that he does hold back. Also, that's the whole point of Superman. Superman will take a beating if it means not killing someone, or if it means doing the right thing, whatever that may entail. But like the Cavill Superman, the Man of Steel version, and this is really my biggest criticism of how his character's portrayed, and but like it never really. In fact, you see him visibly like charging Zod through buildings and like causing more destruction and just not really having care for his surroundings.
Yeah.
And only till the end where Zod's about to laser the family and then he snaps his neck. But it's like
Cavill Superman takes the approach of like he's visibly
it's all about the fighting.
He's
not about
visibly distraught when people get hurt.
But
he doesn't actually take the actions to stop it.
He doesn't take the action, no.
Yeah.
And that's the writing's fault. I get that. But Corn Sweat, and same thing with Reeves Superman, like he goes out of his way to save people and will do anything and let himself get killed as a result. And like the whole Ultraman thing, and spoiler, it's revealed that it's just a clone of him that Lex made.
Yeah.
It's like, and the intro says 300 years ago the metahumans appeared. 30 years ago, Superman crashed. And then 3 years ago, he's announced himself. And then 3 minutes ago, he lost the first battle.
Yeah.
And that makes sense that he would lose against a clone of himself with equal power that has all the cheat codes that's designed to beat.
Yeah. Like Lex has been studying Superman to like know exactly what moves to use against him.
Yeah.
But I love that when he cuts off Ultraman from Lex, suddenly he's able to just
then he starts ragdolling him.
Yeah, he just pummels him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I love.
See him, like twist his wrists around and like just and like with the engineer when she's suffocating him with the nanites, which I think her power set's cool. I think she was cool. But like the engineer, like suffocating with nanites, I'm like, oh, how is he gonna get out of this? And then he flies up, and then he flies back down, smash it,
Yeah.
But not too hard to kill her. Like they even say, oh, she's just unconscious,
just barely enough to stop her.
Yeah, which is cool. And he even told her it's never too late to switch sides or whatever, even when she's trying to kill him. And the scene that really got me. There's two scenes that really got to me, like, and really they understand. Like David Cornsett and James Gunn really I don't know. Peter Safran also worked on this, but I know James Gunn wrote most of it. But the thing that gets so much about Superman, like when one of his fans that helps him up earlier in the movie in one of the battles, Lex kidnaps him, takes him to the Phantom Dimension or the interdimensional prison, whatever they call it. And he plays Russian roulette with him in front of Superman, like just trying to interrogate him, whatever, and actually shoots him. And he's like, "Oh, it jokes though. I didn't know it happened that fast." But like Superman's mortified, like horrified, and like mad, but also like he's helpless at that point because Metamorpho, by the way, has the kryptonite and he can't do anything about it, and he sees someone just get shot in the head.
Yeah.
And And that's when Metamorpho has a change of heart because he sees how much Superman cared for him.
Yeah.
That it shows, oh, he is a good person. Lex is just a big fat liar and just a hater.
Yeah.
And then he helps him out. And I think that whole sequence was good after that, of course. But yeah, for me, I could go on and on. I mean, but we have more to talk about. I mean, and I'll let you talk more. But like for me, just to sum up my thoughts, it is pretty much the perfect Superman movie. I mean, no cap, no. I'm not exaggerating. For me, it is exactly what I've been using.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of the animated series, and it just reminds me of how I've always thought of Superman. And I feel like the Snyder fans and Cavill fans have been gaslighting everyone into thinking that Superman isn't supposed to be like this. That he's supposed to be just all about fighting and stoic and like just a badass. He's a god. He's the save the cat out of the tree hero.
It's like there's the two scenes.
One day he's fighting a giant monster. The next he's just talking to someone.
Yeah.
Just like having a sit down.
Yeah.
Like All-Star Superman.
He's worried about his dog. He's worried about
Lois. Crypto's great.
Crypto's great. Yeah. You know, he's. Yeah. I thought it was great. I think that the two scenes that kind of got to me the most on it, like in a good way. Admittedly,
I forgot to mention.
Admittedly, were the scenes where I cried. I did cry a little bit.
Hey, real men cry.
Real men cry. Was the first one was the Pa Kent scene.
Yeah,
that was really good.
I really like how the Kents were just like actual, just like Midwestern America, just heart of America. Yeah, they're a little redneck. They're backwoods.
Well, and I think it's
still genuine,
and also just like him around them really sold. More so than the other movies, this like he's a farm boy through and through. Like he's like and that scene was just so good. And then also the scene at the end where there's the evil country is gonna invade the poor country. I don't remember the character Barovia, and then I don't remember the other character the other country.
Oh, and it's also it's basically a real estate like land scheme that Lex is doing again, which he did the Gene Hackman version.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just wanting to take like half the country for himself.
But they're about to invade, and all the civilians are standing up, and like you literally see people are
the kids raise the flag.
Like civilians are being murdered by this army, and the kids raise the flag, and everyone starts like hoping for Superman to show up, and that scene was just like because the whole movie's building up to like it's not just that they were hoping for him, but the whole movie's building up to like, did he do the wrong thing by getting involved in that?
The Justice Gang show up.
But building up to before that scene, it's going because at the beginning of the movie he stopped the war, argument, and it's whole argument of did he do the wrong thing by getting involved?
And he was
like, and he's saying no, I was helping people. And then you actually see the people, and they are going, no, we want Superman. He saved us.
Yeah, and like that whole interview, like the mock interview, which turns into the argument between him and Lois, I think was done so well. Because Lois is and she's cynical by nature, anyways. But she's playing that part with him. Like, this is a mock interview. This is the kind of questions I would really ask you, and that reporters would ask you because you keep interviewing yourself.
Yeah, she's like that's very ethically questionable that you're interviewing yourself. Oh, did you drop out there?
Oh, it thought it detected a new audio device.
Oh, but yeah, she's like that's ethically questionable as a journalist for you to interview yourself.
Yeah, and she's like prodding all these questions. Follow-up questions like, but what does that look like to people like who you're representing politically? Like you, a citizen of the United States of America, come up, and he was like, I'm not representing anything or anyone other than me and being good.
But it's like at the same time, it's like she is making good points. She's like, like you're you're an idiot to think that like nobody would see this as the United States stepping in.
Yeah.
You know,
But he's like, no, I was just doing what's right, doing good.
And it does make you think. It does make you question throughout the movie, like yeah, he was doing the right thing in the sense of like he was doing what he thought it was good, but like did he maybe cause more harm by doing it? And then you get to the end of the movie and it shows that all of those civilians were like, where's Superman?
And
Superman's gonna save us.
He was like, you get the upgrade.
Yeah, and I love when
off the tanks and everything.
I love when the Green Lantern shows up. Yeah.
And then Hawk Girl just kills the guy, the president.
Where he's like Superman. Superman wouldn't kill me. She's like, I'm not fucking Superman.
Yeah,
kills him because that's true. Hawk Girl would absolutely fucking murder someone. She's not like Superman.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, it's so good. But like that scene got to me like right before they show up and everything.
Scene that got to me because it actually means the whole ending montage of him watching his childhood and they're playing punk rocker with Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
That's actually a song they played at my uncle's funeral. I mean, I wasn't there for it, unfortunately. So that hit me because it made me think of that, of course, and think of him. And but the whole message and like the second real dialogue, or the second or third dialogue he has with Lois, like maybe I'm punk rock because I'm doing what's not like, and this is so true of the world today. And people, the criticism, the controversy, the war, the fictional countries was reminiscent, like, and got what's happening in Gaza stuff. And it's like, well, James Gunn's giving us a simple message that war's bad and Superman wouldn't approve of war.
Yeah.
So if you have any problem with that, or if you think that's woke,
and it's just like the message,
you're not a good person.
The overall message of the movie is just like being nice is cool, and this alien, this literal alien, because of his actions, is more human than the rest of us.
Well, yeah, and the whole speech he gives to Lex at the end, where he was like,
so
"I'm human, just like all of you. Like, I have missteps, I make mistakes, but I keep going and I push forward and I do the right thing. Like, I have chutzpah, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing." And anyways, I mean, I think the most important thing for any Superman story, or pretty much most superhero stories anyways, is actually getting the heart of the character right, getting the character right, and regardless of the surrounding, and that's what makes it works, and that's what James Gunn always does well. He could do a crazy comic book world universe, like with Guardians of the Galaxy and whatever, have all kinds of aliens and crazy shit happening, but he stays true to the core of the heart of the story, and that's what makes it work, and that's what still makes it relatable, even though it's this out there sci-fi world.
You still gotta have those moments. Like I always think back to, I think, Guardians 2, when Star-Lord realized that Yondu was his dad the whole time. Like moments like that is what makes it so good. I think this movie just got Superman so good, and I felt like it was just I feel like I needed this movie. I think I was texting you. I think we all did. I think the last time I saw a superhero movie that came close to feeling like giving me feelings like this was Avengers Endgame, maybe. And Avengers Endgame had over a whole decade of stuff before it to like build up to that and to make you feel those things. I know technically this is not the first DCU property.
Peacemaker kind of is retconned into being the first.
My understanding, it's Creature Commandos is the first official canon DCU thing. The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker are going to be canon, like
retconned in,
like canon.
Peacemaker 2 is the first one,
unless they decide to retcon stuff.
But like Peacemaker season 2 is technically the first one that's in the DCU because he's traveling over, or whatever. He made a cameo. I love John Cena's Peacemaker.
He's great.
I think it's his best role, his best acting role.
But like the fact that this movie did that with having nothing building up before it really is impressive, I think.
Just other than we all know who Superman is, and
Yeah.
most people have a vague idea what the DC universe
Like,
is.
it's just a powerful movie. It's just
and the Supergirl singer. I'm excited for that. Supergirl.
Oh yeah, that'll be great.
I love that. She's a drunk partier.
Yeah,
because she actually was grown up during the events, the end of Krypton, so she knows everything.
Not every depiction of Supergirl is like a drunk and like that.
No, but I think,
it's honestly, I think it's a realistic depiction of her because she has so much more trauma,
PTSD,
than Clark. Like,
well,
she's a very traumatized character.
Help distinguish her other than just being the girl version.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'm excited. Couple other small notes.
I like that Krypto's her dog, so like in the Supergirl movie, we'll see more of Krypto.
Yeah. A couple other small notes. Jimmy Olsen is the best Jimmy Olsen we've ever seen in live action.
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen's great.
Discussion. Like, so good.
The new Tessmacher's great, and they're dynamic. Like, they're sending all the selfies, but it's a secret. It's just secretly telling Lex's plot.
Yeah,
and
it's so good.
He's gonna get a spin-off. So he's gonna get a spin-off series.
Nice.
Where it's like the creature of the week.
Oh,
like a different villain. Like he runs in the Gorilla Grodd or whatever.
Well, like, and they did a whole series of Jimmy Olsen comic books, which is like, basically was that, like, way back, like a long time ago. Another little detail that just comes to my top of my head that made me smile. So when he has the conversation with Lois, where she talks about how she was like a punk rock girl, and he's like, I like punk rock, and he names like a band, and she's like that's like radio punk, like that's not real punk rock. That's like, feel like the equivalent if someone was like in real life was like, I like punk rock, and then they named like
Green Day,
Sum 41.
Sum 41,
yeah. No shame to Sum 41. And then
Simple Plan.
Yeah. But then what happens is,
I love
he gets captured by
my favorite Simple Plan song, unironically, is their Scooby Doo. What's up? What's new, Scooby Doo?
Yeah, But then he gets captured by Lex.
Hey Jamie, pull that up.
And she and Mr. Terrific help him escape, and then he's injured, so they take him back to the Kents, and then he has the poster up in his room of the band he mentioned. Being like, no, he was being genuine when he said like, I like punk rock, and he named this band. And like, and she like, because in the moment it felt like he was kind of just being like naming whatever punk rock band he could think of, but like, no, he genuinely actually likes that band.
Real quick,
I thought that made me smile. Yeah.
Hey Jamie, pull this up. Oh, I'm not sharing it. I was just listening to it by myself. Give me 1 second here. Jamie, pull this up.
That's loading. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I just had to get out of my system. I ironically love it. It's a banger theme song.
It's a good song. But yeah, that like little details like that made me smile. Where it's like no, he wasn't just like trying to be cool by naming the first punk rock band he could think of. He was like, no, he's actually a dork who likes this pop punk band.
Yeah. So I talked to my dad about it because he saw it pretty quickly, and he's been a lifelong Superman fan. Grew up the Christopher Reeve version, and I think he's in a bad mood or just being cynical, but he really likes the Cavill version. He really likes Man of Steel. Because he focuses on. Well, the main thing he didn't like about this movie, and especially those kind of Superman fans didn't like about this, but I have so many arguments against it because there's so many examples of, is that he's portrayed as too weak.
Yeah.
In this. I can kind of see, I mean, you don't want to go to a Superman movie and see him get beat up for most of it, and that is kind of what happens, but it's all easily explained. And it's explained that it's the first battle he lost, and he's fighting a literal clone of himself that's made to kill him.
Yeah, and Lex even outright says like this version is more powerful.
Yeah.
Than him.
So, and we've seen Superman take beatings in other movies and come back on top. I mean, that's kind of what makes a superhero or a triumphant moment triumphant. Because if they're untouchable, then what's the point?
What I like about this is like the drama in the climax of the movie is not that he's facing down a villain that is tough for him to fight. The drama is that Metropolis is about to be destroyed.
Yeah, literally.
And he is being stalled. The drama is that these civilians in this country are about to be slaughtered, and they're waiting for him to show up. That's the drama.
And luckily, the Justice Gang shows up there. They support him.
Yeah, I still love Nathan Fillion. So fucking good.
He's going to be in the Lantern series.
Yeah.
And I heard he's also going to make an appearance or two in Peacemaker.
Oh, nice. I love him where he's like Superman couldn't make it, kid, so you got an upgrade. Yeah. And it's the middle fingers.
Guy Gardner's he's the last Green Lantern that anyone in the
Guy Gardner's a great character because he's the backup. He's basically the backup to the backup Green Lantern because Hal Jordan was the first choice, then John Stewart, and then Guy Gardner. But like he has a cool.
Don't forget about Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, which everyone hates. I don't know why everyone hates. Apparently, a lot of comic fans really dislike Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner was sick. He had his own sick costume that made him look different.
I think it's cool. I don't quite understand why people hate him, but apparently...
Who became the God of Light? Was that Hal Jordan?
What?
Like the White Lantern.
Oh, that was Kyle Rayner, yeah.
Was that Kyle? But anyways...
I don't know why people hate him so much, but apparently everyone hates him.
Going back to why my dad wasn't... He was like, oh, I give it like a 80% or whatever. And he also said
PBRs are actually not as bad as I thought.
Thanks, Jason.
So he was also drinking
cameo there.
Pabst Blue Ribbon at the point because that's his preferred beverage of choice. but no, I mean he was like, yeah, I give it like a B, 85, and I was like, huh, okay, because I thought he would like it because for me it was like the closest thing to Reeve. But his thing, he didn't like seeing him get beat up a lot, and he also didn't like. Well, there's like three things. He didn't like him getting beat up a lot. He didn't like that. Ultimately, he was sent to be like the overlord of Earth. That
I understand that criticism.
Then that's like an old school thing, but like Jor-El isn't good or isn't at least uncaring towards Earth
because
there's a random planet he picked out.
There's like it's not. This is not the first Superman.
I don't think that matters,
ever do that.
I don't think it matters. Ultimately, it mattered. Like the whole point of the movie is that he's good because he chooses to be.
Yeah. Well, it's like I think it works because it works towards the message of the movie. But and this is this is not the first version of Superman to do that with Jor-El. It's been done before in the comics.
Smallville did it.
Smallville. But I understand
Superman
why people might not like that.
Yeah, and I understand. Well, because in the Donner version, it's very much just a Christ anagram, metaphor.
Yeah,
he's sent down from God, who is Jor-El, to save mankind.
I totally get why some Superman fans might not like that choice.
He didn't like that. He liked that he's good because he just is, because he chooses likes that, but he didn't like that ultimately Jor-El's a bad bloke.
That's just basically like a creative choice that I can understand why people don't like.
But and the third thing he didn't like is the fact that it does have so many other superheroes and characters in it, and he thinks it takes away from Superman the attention of the main character. He's like, oh, this should be called Superman. But for me, I think David Cornsweet just nails it so much, and that the story is so true to the character.
Yeah.
That you can have these other characters. And for me, it's also James Gunn. He's giving us his DC universe. Like, instead of like slowly building up like Marvel, no, you're just thrown into the DC
Yeah.
universe, and I love that.
Well, it's like I really like that. So like
and the Marvel
I felt
way
that the other characters at no point really
I think they
distracted from
complemented.
from Superman's story, because like
I think they showed why Superman stands apart because
Yeah.
like Hawk Girl just kills the president, drops
well,
him.
it's
I got no
it's like
Superman,
when
and,
the
like,
Justice Gang show up to help.
Guy Gardner's a
they show
jerk.
up to help
Asshole.
because Superman asked them to.
or because Maxwell Lord sent them.
Yeah, you know,
And
it's
the only one I really genuinely like or think is actually a good person is Mr. Terrific.
Yeah. Well, it's like, and I like that. Like Mr. Terrific had his moments of like he actually got to like be really part of the plot and all that.
Yeah.
But like Green
But he's the
Lantern,
character I've known little to nothing about. Like
Yeah.
I saw him in Brave and the Bold one time.
yeah, he's super smart,
kinda
super
character
smart
that randomly-
inventor, billionaire
Yeah,
guy.
kind of a Tony Stark type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Green Lantern had his like all of Green Lantern's actual moments were Nathan Fillion being a smartass. He has his action moments, but those were like mostly where he stood out was just like in dialogue.
And I love how he does just very basic constructs, just
Yeah.
like a baseball bat or just a hand swatting tape.
Guy Gardner
he
ain't
doesn't
the
do
most
anything.
creative dude.
Like, Yeah, you can literally create anything you can imagine, and the best you can imagine is just a giant baseball bat.
Well, I love Guy Gardner because it's like Guy Gardner is
Or he'll like throw a
he
football at- or
is like
baseball at
the
you.
last Green Lantern that you would want to show up, but he is still at the end of the day will
He's
pull
still
through
good,
and
yeah.
do the right thing and
Yeah,
do
he's
what
just an
needs to be
asshole.
done. Yeah, but he's an asshole,
Yeah.
and you're like I got him.
He's
I
a
called
dumb
for a
character.
Green Lantern. I got Guy Gardner. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well,
like,
yeah,
for,
it's
but like
some
for
Doom
example, like
Planet-
Hot
Some Doom
Girl.
Planet calls for the Green Lantern's help. Guy Gardner shows up, and they tell him they want to send him back.
Yeah.
Like, he's that kind of.
Yeah, exactly. But like
but
Hot,
anyways-
Hot Girl, for example, she was fucking great. And part of me is like, oh man, I would have really loved to see more of this version of Hot Girl. But I'm glad we didn't in this movie because I think she was in it just enough to to do some cool stuff, but not
like her.
to make it a Hot Girl like part of the story. It's still Superman's story. You know?
But so yeah, my dad was like, ultimately, I thought it was still good, but there was just certain decisions they made that
Yeah.
he didn't agree with, and but my grandpa actually saw it, like honest, just saw it because he's always been a Superman fan. He's always been in the comic books actually, like for the longest time.
Yeah.
And he's been around Superman since like the George Reeves serials.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so like
Superman's been around since the 30s. I mean,
yeah, and my granddad, he knows Superman more than any of us. Well, maybe not like the lore, but like he's been a fan of him forever. And what? That bear, that's the voice bot. He's a Craig. He records yeah. The bear. I'm okay. Already earlier. Yeah. I'll eat when I want to. I'm okay. Thank you. But yeah, my grandpa saw it and he loved it.
Nice.
And he's been around since, yeah, like I said, he's seen pretty much every version of Superman since he's been out, basically, as like the Max Fleischer cartoons, you know, the OG Action comics. Like he's seen it all. He loved it, and I was a little bit. Well, he generally has pretty damn good opinions on movies, like even, and he actually told me to watch Breaking Bad.
Nice.
Which is wild, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll finally give it a try. But and he also really liked, which this actually surprised me, he really liked the Rob Pattinson Batman. He was like, I think that might be the best Batman. I'm like, wow, you're like so with the times. Like,
Nice.
it's crazy. But no, he genuinely loved the new Superman because ultimately it's because they get his character right.
Yeah.
And because it's, true to the core of what it means to be Superman.
Yeah,
And
because at the end of the day, Superman is not
and I think
about being powerful. It's about being good and being nice.
Superman is powerful, but it's about being
Yeah.
good, being kind to one another. Anyways, this can be a long one, but I think we've gone on. Great movie. I loved it. I mean, pretty much 9 out of 10 for me. Like, I have small little. I mean,
yeah,
like
it was for me. It was like I think for me it was a 10 out of 10. It's my favorite superhero movie I've seen in a very long time.
I could nitpick it, but honestly, here's the thing. Fantastic Four.
Here's
the first step. That's a bit of a pun.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
I keep going back and forth. Do I like Superman more? Do I like Fantastic Four more? Which one do I like more?
Yeah.
And honestly, I just like them both. Like, you can just like two different things.
Okay. You can just like them.
It's okay to do that, people. To like more than one thing. And Fantastic Four. Like I said, I love that they're embracing the comic book side. These are comic books.
Yeah. I've heard it through and through. It feels like just a 60s Fantastic Four comic book. Not just in the aesthetic, but in how the story is told.
I think on par with Superman, or maybe even edges it a little. It's the most like comic book movie. Like the sets are amazing, and it's all like 60s, 50s, mid-century Jetsons aesthetic. And like everyone, all the crowds are all like, every man's like wearing a fedora hat like they did in the 80s. Like women have the beehive cuts, and like the whole aesthetic is the Silver Age, like 60s comic book Marvel universe.
I love that.
And they get it so right, and it's so much more interesting to watch something that's in a different world and a different reality, that's not just trying to be gray and just like, oh, we're fighting in an empty airport. Like, no offense to Civil War. No offense to any of those movies, or like Winter Soldier. Like, they're great in their own right, but the actual setting is very incredibly dull and plain.
Yeah.
And that got old for a while. And of course, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, cosmic. Thor goes to Asgard and whatever, but like most of the other MCU movies, and like I think Avengers is a good example of like a movie that has comic book things in it and creatures, and obviously Loki, like villains. It has a lot of comic things, and like the whole team up, the Avengers are done well.
Yeah.
But the world and the setting, and this is true of Marvel. Marvel distinguishes itself from DC in several ways, but like one of the big things is the setting. Most of Marvel stuff takes place in like New York or like somewhere real
life
Earth.
Places. It doesn't have
the real location, and they just insert. It still has the fictional places.
Yeah,
but
versus Marvel, like DC, every superhero has their own fictional city. Like
but the thing though, here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Unintended. Marvel has always put their own spin on these locations, and like Jack Kirby, who gets a lot of love in this, because let's be honest, Stan just said, "Oh, can you draw me a team of heroes?" And Jack Kirby came up, fantastic, look for the thing. So but they give a lot of credit to Jack Kirby, tribute, and Stan. Like, I don't want to spoil too much, but the whole vibe and the reality, it straight away tells you this is Earth 828. It's a different universe. It's not the main MCU.
Yeah.
And Matt Shackman, who also did WandaVision, said one of the reasons he did that, well, not only so he could do whatever he wanted aesthetically, but one of the reasons he did that is so people wouldn't question, oh, where were the Fantastic Four during Endgame, during Thanos? Where were they? He didn't have to answer those questions because it's in a different universe.
Yeah.
And, I subscribe to the theory is that the Fantastic Four and the X-Men don't exist in the 616, in the prime MCU sacred timeline. They just don't.
That makes the most sense, yeah.
And for whatever reason, if it's Kang made sure they didn't exist so to maintain his power or whatever, or Doom did something, but either way, this is its own universe, and everything, the colors, like look at the thing who's playing Eben Moss Backrack, or I forget exactly how to pronounce his name. He's great, and he's Jack Kirby, the Thing brought to life.
Yeah,
and he doesn't play it like no disrespect to Michael Chiklis. I think he's a great Thing and still a great interpretation. And obviously the rubber bodysuit, I have opinions on that, but his portrayal of the Thing is just like always over the top, like it's crumbling top. Ugh. But even Moss Backrack's portrayal, he's a New Yorker.
Yeah.
He's just a streetwise brawler.
Yeah.
And also an astronaut and a scientist, and they're all smart in this.
Yeah.
It's not just Reed running the show. Yeah, Reed's the smartest man alive, but he wouldn't just surround himself with idiots.
I've seen people
Stu
online.
Is incredibly smart and powerful in this, and protective.
I do want to ask you about what you thought, because I've seen people online say this, because people were skeptical because of the design choice of Pedro Pascal.
I mean, at first I had my doubts about him playing Reed, because for one, he refused to shave his facial hair.
That's where I was going. Like, people, I know a lot of people had their doubts, but after the movie,
has facial hairs. He has a beard.
After the movie came out, though, I've seen a lot of opinions online of people basically being like, yeah, at least acting and character-wise, he is the best Reed Richards we've seen on screen.
I think his casting wasn't, on the nose. I mean, but his portrayal, Pedro Pascal's he's a great actor. That's why he's chosen to be in so many things, because he's actually a good actor.
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah.
I
don't mean to brag, but I've been a fan of Pedro since he was in Game of Thrones before he got really big.
Before Mandalorian. No, but before Last of Us, before Mandalorian, before Fantastic, all these things he's been in.
I don't mean to brag, but I've been a fan of him since he was in that one episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in 2002.
Yeah. No,
I was watching with Nicole Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I thought you were going to ask me a different question earlier, by the way.
Oh, no.
About a portrayal of a certain character.
No. I do have a question, but we'll get there. Yeah. We were watching Buffy, and there is an episode from 2001, 2002, something like that, and I think it might be Pedro Pascal's first ever on-screen role.
Oh, really?
Because he plays a character that gets murdered in one episode.
That's great. You got to start somewhere.
But we were watching it, and he's so fucking young in that episode.
Right.
We're watching it, and it's like she's out on the college campus, and she runs into this boy, and he apologized, and they're talking, and we're watching him like, is that?
Yeah. But I think he's a great Reed. His Reed is very much the idea of Reed Richards. He is ultimately unethical to his core. Like, he thinks logically. He always thinks about the first possibility and tries to solve whatever equation to fix things, no matter the cost.
Which is his biggest
And
flaw.
obviously, Sue keeps him his humanity and his emotion, and he's not just like he's not like the Maker version or like but he's ultimately, and this is a quote from the trailer, he's like, I don't dream, I don't wonder, I think of the absolute worst thing that could happen and solve it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much sums up his read. But he's also very much, and Pedro worked on the transatlantic accent for his read, so if it's that mid-century scientist thing, and they actually told him to pull back on it because he was doing a lot of the like, all right, so we're the Fantastic Four, and we're here to have dinner at 7:00 on the dot, like that kind of thing. But he doesn't go overblown with it, but he definitely has it. Vanessa Kirby Sue Storm, I'm sorry, is no doubt the best version. Good. She's competent, she's intelligent,
she's the heart. Powerful. She's the heart of the Fantastic Four.
It's either her or the Thing. I mean, you can see.
Yeah.
Well, I would also say, one, she's powerful. Like, she's not nerfed. No one's nerfed in this,
Nice.
except for Reed a little bit. Well, Reed, they focus more on his actual, because that's his real power. But
Yeah.
besides the stretching, that's just kind of this a corny little thing he can,
It's just a thing he can do. Yeah.
thing he can do. But this intelligence is his real power. No, but Johnny Storm. I never really liked Johnny Storm as a character. I always thought he was annoying, and I think it's just because. And no offense to Chris Evans, obviously he's an amazing Captain America, and his Johnny is a very particular version. Just cocky, coy, just kind of asshole. He's just kind of really turned that off.
Yeah.
And I mean he's heroic, but he's always quipping and always like trying to get the ladies. But no, this Joseph Quinn's Johnny Storm actually solves like one of the biggest scientific problems, while Reed's doing another thing.
Nice.
And he actually is heroic and is willing to sacrifice. And he's like, I want to be. Have you seen any of the trailers?
I've seen the trailers. Yeah.
He's like, I want to be a good uncle, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just an uncle. He's a fun uncle, but he's also smart. And like you'll see him decoding, and like all the recordings in the movie they listen to or whatever, they literally make a vinyl pressing and do it on that. Like everything is retro technology, but also super futuristic. Like they have faster than light travel because Reed just invented it.
Yeah,
and that's the what
I love that. I love that. That's perfect though.
And yeah, like I said, the Thing, he's like, he'll pick up a car for kids and stuff, and he hands out cookies and give them a hug. Like he's just that lovable.
Thing is the best.
Lovable character.
I've been vocal. Like I don't dislike the Fantastic Four like as characters. Or as like a part of the Marvel universe. But I dislike them in the sense of they're all a bunch of pricks except for the Thing.
Right. Yeah,
like,
he's down there.
Like because there's a difference. I've figured this out. I know this is a big like epiphany for me.
No,
well, not really, but there's characters that I enjoy because they're entertaining, and there's characters I enjoy because I think I would actually like them in real life. Exactly. Yeah.
Epiphany.
And that's the Thing for me. Is he's a character I think I would like him in real life, and he is, and he's.
Is it funnier when it's late?
And he's and he's the only member of the Fantastic Four that I can say that about.
Yeah,
you're having fun with that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so here's the thing.
There we go. There we go.
But anyways, let's get to Galactus and Silver Surfer. Now, Silver Surfer is kind of controversial. It's the Shalabal version, which is the wife of Norrin Rad, but in this universe, she becomes Silver Surfer. And honestly, I don't give a damn. Like, she's portrayed extremely well. Maybe emotion, the CGI, the makeup, everything they do.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but my understanding of Silver Surfer as a character is that their gender isn't really that important to the character.
Well, and also there's so many different heralds. I mean, obviously Norrin Rad was the original. But, but anyways, her version is great and badass and like actually not nerfed at all.
Right.
Like there's a point where she's literally just surfing on a black hole, like crazy shit like that, traveling faster than the speed of light. Like they warp away and then she just chases because she can.
Nice.
Because she has the power cosmic and she can do that and do whatever she needs to achieve her mission. And you've seen the scene where she arrives.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel, please don't DMCA us. I herald Galactus. That whole scene?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the trailer,
no pun here. Wait, let me share my screen. But it's I mean, incredibly well done portrayal. I can see why they went with her, because she has more empathy than you know. And I don't know if that has anything with her being a woman or anything. But there's also a bit of a slight, not necessarily romantic subplot, but a subplot with her and Torch where they connect on an emotional level. But yeah, this whole scene.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death. Your world will be consumed by the Devourer. There is nothing you can do to stop him, for he is a universal force, as essential as the stars.
But anyways, great scene, by the way.
So here's the thing that I wanted to ask you.
I didn't have it pulled up. Say it again. Say it again. Say that again.
Here's the thing.
Okay. All right. That's
tell me about Galactus.
Galactus is perfect. Ralph Ineson, who has super low. He's like, "Hello, I'm in the latest." I can't even go that low, but he's like, "I'm in the latest A24." The super low growl voice. You know him, right? And perfect as Galactus. He actually wore a suit that they constructed. I mean, it's not like in all the shots, but you can tell it's in a lot of them. And there's a lot of practical stuff. Like Silver Surfer, the actress, was raised on for that scene. That was the first scene she filmed.
Mm-hmm.
And she was raised on a crane and spoke through a air horn, or not an air horn. You know what I mean? Speak. Where the fuck? What are they called?
I know. I didn't mean the
speaker phone.
Not a microphone.
No. Julia Garner. But anyways, Julia Garner.
A
megaphone.
Yeah.
But that's just
that
her
us a
voice.
long time to figure out that word.
She has this cosmic presence. Like she's a space creature. She is she is above us on so many different levels. Like almost like cosmic. Well, Galactus is like cosmic horror in this, but it's so true to the comics. And like in IMAX, you got to see an IMAX.
Well, I saw someone on
his size is amazing. And like the first shot where they show up to Galactus and speak to him, and you see his eyes light up just like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance game and all that. And like the way he speaks, and he doesn't talk to you, he just makes decrees. Like, I will devour your planet. Like that's it. Or give me your, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but if you do this, I will. But he doesn't like, Breed's like wants to talk and negotiate with him basically.
Well, it's like
Galactus is just like, you are nothing to me.
Galactus is fun because he's a character that like he's not really a character in a lot of
evil.
ways.
But he's not evil though. He doesn't consume planets out of malice. But he consumes planets like we consume.
He's not written like you would write a villain.
He's a force. He's a force of,
and usually that is his role in a plot. Is he is not a villain that needs to be defeated. He is a thing that needs to be prevented.
Problem that needs to be solved.
Yeah, a problem that needs to be solved. Yeah, which is what's so fun about him. Yeah,
done. They can't do any better. I mean, it's the best version of Galactus by a long shot. Not just a cloud, but no, literally they do it perfectly. It's exactly how he is in the exactly supposed to act like, and the power levels, like no one's nerfed in this, which I enjoy because sometimes they'll do that to the story or make it work. Russo brothers see that. So for Doomsday, there's certain characters that they can, in my opinion, that's lazy writing, I think. But even though I think they're great writers, but there's certain things that like without the inert vision and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Galactus done so well, and like when he finally shows up on Earth, the actual size of him, and he can shrink down or grow to any size he wants on what he's doing. Sometimes he's bigger than the Earth, like just this huge cosmic horror. Or sometimes he's just boots on the ground like a kaiju, and that's what we see. But you couldn't do any better. Like, I mean, it's just, he is Galactus. It is Galactus. And I love this fact in the comics that there's only one Galactus in the universe.
Yeah.
In the entire thing, it's only one Galactus because he's like a constant.
Yeah.
And you like start at the Big Bang and then Galactus. But yeah, done so well. I mean, just incredible. Like, I mean, it's Jack Kirby brought to life.
Yeah.
And I will say though, I don't think this movie has quite the same like heart to it that Superman does. But what it lacks in that, it makes up for just in visual spectacle.
Right.
And just being a comic, just true to the source comic book movie. Like, it felt like I was a original Fantastic Four run from the 60s brought to life.
Right. Yeah.
And I really, I've told you this, I text you this, but I really think it, maybe not all of them have to be, but you can have like two distinct Marvel universes going forward after they kind of soft reboot it and whatever. You can have a grounded one or whatever, but I think they really need to. I would personally love it if they just went full all in just doing a comic book world, just like what James Gunn's doing, and they'd feel
if they went all in and did like a 60s Marvel thing,
60s, yeah,
I would respect the hell out of that. That'd be so cool.
And obviously that want to work with all characters, but I think we need to see more of this universe, and I hope they continue to do it because there's, it's so much more enjoyable and just visually pleasing and just interesting.
Yeah.
And also, you can watch this movie without watching any other MCU movie at all.
Nice.
You can just watch this movie, stand alone. Yeah, it connects at the end with the post-credit scene, and it gets me hyped. Like, I'm actually hyped for the MCU.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just like, before this, like, Thunderbolts was great in my opinion. Not perfect, but a good MCU movie. But really before this, I'm like, oh, I just hope the next one's good, or I hope they do something interesting with this one.
Yeah.
And like Captain America was very much played it safe and very mid, which is the worst thing a movie can be, is mid, or anything. It's like if a video game's mid, that's like the worst thing because it's not even so bad, it's good. But before that, I had a very much just like skeptical lack of enthusiasm. I was just like, I hope it's good, but at the same time, let's see what they do with DC. But no, Marvel, if they continue with this path, and I think they are, like we just got the Spider-Man Brand New Day kind of reveal, like the slight suit reveal.
Yeah.
Because it's Spider-Man Day, apparently. And it looks just like, oh yeah, that just looks like instead of doing like techie things or doing unnecessary lines and what, no, it's just a Spider-Man suit, just like
Spider-Man.
The comic book Spider-Man, like without any thrills or tech or
MCUification,
modern MCU lines, MCUification.
Yeah.
And like even the new Wolverine suit, which is great, by the way, still suffers from the MCUification.
Yeah.
Where you can't just do a guy. And hell, the new Superman suit kind of has that. Even though it's DC, it's all the lines and stuff. But it's a homage to New 52. So
it's well done, I think. Yeah.
The suit doesn't always have to be like a straight reflection of the comics.
Yeah.
But I like that they're starting to be faithful to that, and like we can do that, people accept that. And it's got the new Spider-Man suit has the raised webbing, which I like that his Spider-Man is taking inspiration from the other ones from Tobey and Andrew, like with his suit design. He's got the raised webbing. I wonder if what his eyes will look like. I mean, I think it's gonna look pretty similar to the one we saw in the scene. No Way Home, but just maybe a little, slight differences. But no, I like that they're going that way. And also just going the way of, we can just tell a story, like, it's going to have the Punisher in it and the Hulk. Like, we could just tell a story with those characters in the movie, and it doesn't have to necessarily connect to what the Punisher's doing in Daredevil, what the Hulk has been doing, or what the Punisher does in his special presentation.
Yeah.
No, he's just in it because that's what happens in the comics. You'll just have team-ups and crossovers inexplicably. Not that time, like when Punisher first appeared in Spider-Man. By the way, he was a villain actually.
Yeah,
Kingpin hired, but then they obviously radically changed his whole story and motive.
Yeah,
but
very different character.
At first, he was just, extremely, not even the same, close to the same character aside from the look, but in the name. But like when Punisher's going and just killing dudes, just like blowing people's brains out in these gang wars and what's going on in Born Again, he continues to do that, but at the same time, he's also in a Spider-Man adventure, and it's more toned down and fitting for Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and I hope they don't go too far in toning him down. Like, I hope he's still like John Byrne. Let me tell you something, Red. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
you're goddamn right, Red. Like, I hope it's still that, but like, it doesn't necessarily have to be, he doesn't have to necessarily reference everything. You can do that, but you don't have to do that. You could just tell stories with with these characters, with this huge mythology that you have, and that's what they do, and that's what they should do with the movies. But no, Fantastic Four, I keep going back and forth. Which one do I like more, Superman or Fantastic Four? It really, like I said earlier, I just like both. And when DC does better, when DC does good, that forces Marvel's hand to do better and do good again.
Yeah.
And that competition, that friendly competition, or even if it's a little,
DC just put out an excellent movie. Marvel is having some good movies. I think both need to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, I think the superhero and James Gunn even said this. It's not superhero fatigue. It's really what it came down to. He basically just said it's bad writing fatigue.
Yeah.
But like he even said, like, we will not start filming until the script is, in his eyes, perfected. You know what I mean? But Marvel,
it's when
and that was kind of a cut at Marvel with the Russo, like literally Michael Waldron, who wrote Multiverse of Madness and a few other things. He's literally writing Doomsday right now.
It's when
they film.
It's when a franchise starts trying to put out content rather than
and that's what
movies.
They've done. That's why they've had some blunders the last few years, because
it's that difference in mentality of putting out content rather than putting out movie and TV shows and entertainment.
Well, and putting in just quality over quantity too.
Yeah. So it's and I think
I think
that's a big problem.
They're going that way.
Marvel
going back to like
yeah,
and I think they're going back to like phase 1, phase 2, where do these stories. You snicker in little things to connect them, but you focus on telling an individual good story rather than having it be promotion for the next movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care about what's going to happen. I want to see what's happening now. What are the Fantastic Four dealing with now? I don't need it to just... And, like... I don't know. But, like... but, yeah, it's... There was a push for just content. You have to watch all these shows, and you have to watch plus special to understand what's happening in this next film.
Some of that stuff was good, but like ultimately, just that mentality towards the franchise, it resulted in some bad stuff and resulted in fatigue.
Miss Marvel, the Marvel show, no disrespect, just felt like a Disney Plus, not even Disney Plus, a Disney XD movie.
Yeah.
Like, but there were some bad ones in there. Thor: Love and Thunder. Which, by the way, I heard in Doomsday, and we don't really know what's happening, but plot leaks and whatever, and like people, Kevin Feige's trickled in some things, but like
Ah,
that Thor is gonna be like the co-lead.
nice.
I heard Thor and actually Mr. Fantastic be the
Nice.
two, Pedro Pascal and Chris Hemsworth. Like, yeah, we're having all these other characters show
Thor
up.
Love
and,
and
like,
Thunder was such a disappointment because
I
it's
hope
like,
they.
God, there was some actual parts in it that were really, really, really good.
Yeah,
Gore
And they
was
just-
so good.
he was good sometimes, but then just underutilized, not in it enough.
Yeah, he
and
wasn't in it. He just, but like there's
Christian
a,
Bale is one of the best actors ever,
Yeah.
and you just waste his character.
Yeah,
So
and you
it's
could tell
just
he put in effort. He was milking the character the best he possibly
Yeah.
could with what he was given.
Yeah,
Damn, they misused his character and like
it was just too focused on being funny.
Yeah.
You know, took the formula too far. Of
I love Taika Waititi, but it's like when
but
you
he's-
give him
he's the sole rider, when you don't, when he has no safeguards,
he's I love Taika Waititi in his outside of Marvel, but I think Thor Ragnarok was kind of like a looking back, it's like kind of a fluke on that
It
being
is.
good because I really don't think that his style of writing fits that style of movie very well.
right.
Because like Taika Waititi, the stuff he's done that's really good, I love, but like, yeah,
I love What We Do in the Shadows, and like,
what we do in the chat. I know he wasn't like
Flight of
the main writer on it necessarily, but he was a executive producer on it. Our Flag Means Death.
oh yeah,
I-
wasn't he in it?
He was in it. He plays Blackbeard in it.
Yeah.
But he was executive producer, which means he didn't do the writing, but he had a heavy creative hand in it. And it's really good. I recommend
Yeah.
it.
No, but I think we have a bright and hopeful future, and like I'm excited for Doomsday now, and I'm excited for the DCU. Like it's got me excited and caring about this again.
Yeah.
Where before this, it kind of felt like a chore. It kind of felt like a chore trying to keep up with all the I
Yeah.
fell off all the Disney Plus shows. I tried to keep up with it for a little
I'll
while.
be honest,
then
I have not been keeping
Oh,
up with
awesome.
Marvel stuff for the most part.
the
Like,
last one I watched was like Daredevil.
Yeah.
Born Again, because that
occasionally I will watch something, Daredevil but like I just don't. I fell off watching them completely because I just like not that I thought everything looked bad, but I was just like
it felt like a chore. It felt like
don't
it's just
care
constant
enough.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now, like, I can guarantee you, you'll feel the hype after Fantastic Four.
Nice. Hell yeah.
You see that?
I'll have to go see that.
Yeah, I loved it. In fact, loved it so much I saw it twice.
Nice.
Because we saw it the previous week, the previous weekend. But then there was $50 movie day Tuesday, and we're like,
Oh, yeah.
you doing anything? Let's just do that.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
And and also I don't want to undersell like the visuals.
Yeah.
Like some of the best visual and cool like just comic book moments I've seen an MCU movie in a while.
Yeah.
But anyway, new thing, right? New thing, by the way. I know it's kind of an awkward way to do it, but just new discussion now.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm done with that. Are we done with that?
Yeah.
I'm glad you like Superman, by the way.
Yeah.
I know we talked about it a bunch, but I just
Loved
want to state again, I'm glad you liked it because I liked it, and it frustrates me that there's Superman fans that like try to gaslight you thinking that this isn't how he's supposed to be. Anyways,
Yeah.
I had a video idea, and I was playing with this, and I saw videos of this. I don't know if you watch out. YouTuber.
Watch what?
Do you know Alex O'Connor?
No.
Okay, anyway, he's like a philosopher YouTuber,
I don't
and
think I yeah. You had completely a cut out there. You went. I don't know if you watched and then cut out until you just said YouTuber. And I'm like, I don't know what you said.
That's good. Whoever, that will come across on the podcast. No, but I got this idea. I'm just gonna say it from Alex O'Connor because basically, a lot of some of his videos, he either tries to gaslight Chat GPT. Well, like one of them, he tries to gaslight it, and this is what I think we should try to do for Odd Drunk Podcast, maybe, because we haven't done an AI thing in a while. I think this would actually be interesting. But try to either gaslight or convince ChatGPT that it's conscious.
Yeah.
Or something like that. We could come up with all kinds of things, but basically just bullying AI.
Gaslight.
Just gaslight. Yeah. Also, we're going to be well, this will probably come out after, actually, the Drunk Podcast.
Yeah.
Timey-wimey shenanigans.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, yeah. You know the reference. I know you know that reference.
I know the reference.
But this will probably come out. That's already come out now, but we're going to finish the cryptids Yeah, your TARDIS, please spot.
My Lego TARDIS.
We're gonna finish. Yeah, that's great. We're gonna finish the cryptids ranking or tier list.
Yeah.
Who we can beat in a fight. We're gonna finish that. And at this point, we're gonna slowly introduce video. We may have already now, I don't know. But and I'm gonna start posting like clips and whatnot on TikTok, and obviously stuff on YouTube. And so if you want to see us ramble on and see how dumb we look or how often messy our rooms are, which I mean are often disheveled we are after a day's at work, or you can do that now. So good for you.
Yeah,
you can
right
see
now,
you can see my God.
Yeah.
You can see my Godzilla poster.
Nice.
Back there. I got it in Flagstaff. Anyways, you can see that. You can see that. Okay, you can see all my nerd shit. So there you go. So if you're into that kind of thing, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. It's a little awkward when you think of it that way. I'm sure we'll get used to it because it was awkward just posting the podcast to begin with. Yeah. And now putting video on top of that, whatever I do on screen will be seen.
No.
And I'm not gonna. Besides editing, I'm not gonna like watch our shit.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I listen to our stuff for.
I admittedly don't often, outside of editing, actually listen to our stuff.
I've listened. The main ones I've actually listened to commentary. Because I was like, does this come across? Like, how does this?
Yeah.
Actually play when you watch the movie with it? Because I think that's
checking if it makes any sense at all.
Yeah, and sometimes they're hilarious just because, like, we'll barely talk about the movie at times.
Yeah,
and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we got to get back on track." Oh yeah, there's Robert Pattinson. There's Edward Cullen and his Volvo. We have the whole Twilight series, by the way.
Yeah, go watch it.
Shout out.
Twilight.
Yeah, among other commentaries. But anyways, I know we've been kind of inconsistent. You know, we've had summer vacations and we're gonna have more things going on coming up, but clearly but you know, we are still here and we're still trying to get back on track. I'm trying to get back on track myself, and now I'm gonna have free time for the next couple months. So not a lot going on, so we should be back to regular weekly content here, whether it's morning oddities, Odd Drunk Pod, or a little bit of both, or whatever we do. I mean, we could just sit here and we could sit here and just stare into the void for 40 minutes and just post that.
Yeah.
That's the fun of it here. Anyways, I think we should end it there.
Yeah, I do have.
Stay tuned, Stu. We'll be back.